This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
Attack and dominate on this insert day here. We are Wednesday today, boys, that we're looking at.
Wednesday, hump day.
Hump day. Friday for Bodie.
That's correct. Jealous.
Extremely jealous.
Yes.
2 full hours here on YouTube, the Fan app, HD3. Download the show anytime. Catch us from 10 a.m. to noon on 10 TV Plus. Morning Juice sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin. I'm Tito, Jay-Z, the original Jay-Z to my left, Justin Zwick, the aforementioned Bodie on the other side of the glass. Really felt hot out there today.
Oh, man, it's warming up. I almost put on the flip-flops this morning.
I can't do flip-flops.
No?
I don't.
I guess I do slides.
I can't do slide. I think I've got ugly feet.
You got bad toes?
I think I just.
I do too.
But you don't care.
I don't care. Yes.
I think if you're Justin Zwick, you don't have to care.
You see, I got some ugly nails.
See, I'm not going to look at him.
Been stepped on.
I don't look. When I see a guy wearing slides or flip flops, call it what you want. I don't know how. I'm sure a psychiatrist or one of my many therapists I've seen could tell me why. But I deliberately do not look down. Shark used to wear slides here all the time.
Yeah. I do a lot in the summer.
I mean, summertime, I would have those on, sure. I wear slippers.
Or my Birks. My Berkeys.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
This is the highlight of the show right here. We do have a big show lined for you. The Austin Ward's going to join us at 7:23. Talking about what's going on with Ohio State football. And also, Brian Hartline made his first coaching hire. We'll talk about that as well. Last night, Jackets over Anaheim 4-3 in overtime. Ohio State, North Carolina basketball. They play on Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Norfolk State comes to play Ohio State women on Thursday. And we'll have some NFL talk in here as well. We also, a Power 4 conference continues to just befuddle me with some of the decisions they make. But anyway, so, Bodie, let's get people started. Let's make them really smart today.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
All right, guys. Happy Wednesday. Make sure the Twitter feed's out. Yep, ready to roll. All right, let's do it. December 17th, 2025. The 351st day of the year. Just 14 days, Tito. Kyle Hamilton days left.
There we go.
In this 2025. He was 14 in college and 14 with the Baltimore Ravens. I'll start with some events here. In 1777, how about this one? Pretty good day for the U.S. of A. France, they become one of the first countries to recognize the United States of America as an independent nation. Shout out to Herb Brooks.
USA.
Jumping ahead here, a little more than 100 years later, in 1892, the first issue of Vogue magazine is published. The what was that, a fashion magazine,
Yeah.
I guess,
that's,
among
yes,
others?
fashion.
Yeah. 1903, Orville Wright and his brother, Wilbur, they pilot the first sustained, powered, and controlled and heavier than air aircraft, say that twice, at Kill Devil Hills near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. The flight lasts 12 seconds, not a very long time. That's all right, you got to get started somewhere.
That is a long time.
And
What are you
covers
talking about?
120 feet. North Carolina tries to take the first in
12
flight away
seconds is a
from us.
long time, Jay-Z. I picked up what you were throwing down there, but that was good by you.
That's good job, buddy.
That's a really long time.
I mean,
1920, moving on, Major League Baseball, the American League, not the National League, just the American League, I guess, on this one, votes to let spitball pitchers continue using it. Sure, why not? 1933, the National Football League Championship has their first title game at Wrigley Field in Chicago. That would be where the Bears beat the New York Football Giants 23-21. Jumping ahead here quite a bit. Not a ton of events on this date, but nevertheless. 1989, The Simpsons premieres on Fox TV as a fully animated series. The first episode was called Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. Makes sense.
were you guys
there.
into
Just
Simpsons?
about
I never got into the Simpsons
I
show.
watched a decent amount of it. Not like
I
religiously.
guess you're young, though,
Kinda
so
like,
I mean, yeah. Like,
one of
when I
those
was growing
things-
up, it was like like, if you watched it, you were like, maybe your parents let you do some stuff you weren't supposed to be doing.
It's been around. It started before Bodie was born.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been a long time.
I think early on, I watched a couple of episodes, but then I never
really-
got to that. Never got to South Park.
I've watched
South Park was one that came around a little bit
yeah.
later,
South
so it
Park's
was more
pretty
like
good. I like
college
South Park.
time, like South Park.
I haven't watched it in the last handful of years,
Yes.
but Simpsons has kind of been like, not that I really just flip on the TV without the intentions of watching something in particular anymore, but maybe several years ago, back when you just sat down, you're like, I'm just going to watch TV for an hour. Let's see
Yeah.
what's on. It's always on, I think, like FX or one of those like kind of
And nowadays, you just go watch there and find out what's going to happen in the world 10 years from now. Because don't they
Yes.
predict
Good job of
like
doing it, yes.
everything?
Yeah, I don't know how that's possible.
I know.
but nevertheless.
They're batting 1,000, I think.
1991, the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Miami Heat 140-80. That was a record 68-point victory there for the Cavs, NBA record there. That was surpassed, I think, within the last year or so. Oklahoma City, I think, beat somebody by like 70 points. But nevertheless, that was 68-point margin of victory there for the Cavs in the 1991 season. And then jumping ahead here, a couple more just in the last handful of years. This one very near and dear to my heart. When I saw this yesterday, I had to get this in here. 2021, one of my favorites from one of my favorite movie franchises, Spider-Man No Way Home. The third of the trilogy there premieres in theaters.
What the hell is going on out there? I've been yelling at you, Peter 2, Peter 2, Peter 2.
I know, but I thought you were Peter 2.
What? I'm not Peter 2. Stop arguing, both of you. Listen to Peter 1. Look, we're clearly not very good at this.
I know, we suck. I don't know how to work as a team. Me neither.
Well, I do. I have been in a team, okay? I don't want to brag, but I will. I was in the Avengers.
The Avengers.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
What is that?
Wait, you don't have the Avengers?
Is that a band? Are you in a band?
No, I'm not in a band. No, the Avengers is Earth's mightiest.
How's this helping?
Look, it's not important. All we gotta do is focus, trust your tingle, and coordinate our attacks, okay?
Yes. Okay. Let's pick one target.
Right.
And we take them off the board one at a time.
Now you got it. Okay, Peter 1, Peter 2.
Peter 2.
Peter 3.
Peter 3.
All right, let's do this.
Let's
Ready?
go. Wait. I love you guys. Thank you.
All right, let's do this.
Let's go.
And they brought back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield for that movie.
So there's 3 Spider-Mans.
that one there is, yes.
Really?
Yes. It's pretty wild, Jay-Z.
That's
the
wild. Blowing my
multiverse.
mind right
They
now.
started just popping up out of nowhere.
Trust the tingle.
How
I
about
never heard that one
Yeah.
before either.
That was the spider sense.
Yeah,
but
the spider
that's
sense.
what one of the guys' aunts, Aunt May.
Okay,
and she
Aunt May.
R.I.P. That's
Yes.
what she called it, the Peter Tingle.
R.I.P.
And then last one here in 2020. Any thoughts on that, Tito?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've seen a Spider-Man since Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm the same
Fair
way.
enough. They Garfield had one good one not so good one, and then Tom Holland. I've enjoyed all of
Yeah.
his. So
They've done multiple
there you
with them,
go.
huh?
Yes, he's had 3.
Oh, okay.
And then
Wow.
he was in the Infinity War and Endgame as well. So, and he's made a whole lot of money doing it.
I'm sure all those people have.
Yes, they have. Robert Downey Jr. He's
Oh, golly, from Iron Man into
all the
that stuff?
Avengers movies. Yeah, made a good chunk of change there. Last event here. This was just a few years ago in 2022. The Minnesota Vikings come back from a 33-0 deficit at halftime to beat the Colts 39-36 in overtime up there in Minneapolis. That is the largest comeback in NFL history.
Greg Joseph for the NFC North. And the kick
It's good.
is good. It's a winner at US Bank Stadium. And the Vikings are kings in the North once again.
Greg Joseph, as cold as the weather in Minnesota. G-Money, straight cash.
G-Money.
G-Money straight
Okay.
cash.
Stuart
homie.
Scott wanna be on that one, but
There's
it's just
something
cool as
going on there.
I do like Noah Eagle on the call, though.
What a...
You guys enjoy him on the Saturday night?
I like
NBC?
Noah,
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problems.
When I first saw the hire, like, oh, maybe a little nepotism there. But then I heard him on the broadcast. I was like, actually, this guy's
He's
pretty
not
good.
bad.
I don't like his dad.
No, Ian.
That's the reason why.
Okay. Just
You're Ian.
call it Ian, son.
You're Ian.
Fair enough. I didn't realize it was Ian for a long time, and then I kept hearing him. I'm like, why is he mispronouncing
Right,
his
why are you
name?
doing this?
Why is he saying that wrong?
Now look at there's no accent marks over
No,
anything.
it's just
There's nothing.
I-A-N.
Yeah, there's no like double dots
most
over
people call
something.
that
It's like no,
Ian, but
it's
that's
Ian.
Ian. Maybe they should have just
Should have just been
spelled it
I-N.
I-N.
That's what
like in and out. But
If also I tell you guys that I want to be pronounced, That's why the E is silent. Just do that, right? Let's make me annoying. More annoying.
Some birthdays. Born on this date in 1935. He sadly passed in 99. Cal Ripken Sr. That was, of course, the father of the Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr.
I saw a story about him yesterday. They said there's a guy from the Indians was telling a story about how he was a young rookie, and after the game, younger guys like, hey, go get your lift in, and he walked in, and they're, I guess, in Baltimore, and he walked in the gym there, and Cal was just in there lifting, drinking a six-pack of Bud Heavies. It's like, and I think his son was on the podcast, Ripken's son, and he's like, yep, that's what he did.
That's about right. Yeah. Built different back then.
There's electrolytes in there.
Born on this date in 1936. He just passed this year. Pope Francis. When did he pass away? I think a handful of months ago, maybe now, but nevertheless, may he R.I.P. At the April 21st was when he passed. 88 years old there for the Pope. Some birthdays rolling along here. Born on this date in 1939. Sadly passed in 1992. But one of the singers and co-founders of The Temptations, that would be Eddie Kendricks. Catchy tune there.
He was good.
Major League Baseball, 6-time All-Star, 1-time World Series champ with the Philadelphia Phillies in 2009, I think, if memory serves correctly. The second baseman, Chase Utley, he turns 47 years old today. One of the greatest boxers ever, also turning 47 years old today. The Pac-Man, that'd be Manny Pacquiao.
Bit of a smile from Manny Pacquiao. Oh, down goes Thurman!
And let me tell you, that was just a quick punch. And Manny Pacquiao moved in with his legs and his hands and caught Thurman backing up. Thurman thought he could back up quick enough, but he wasn't quick enough to get it out of the reach of that punch.
He was so good in his prime. I wish he and Mayweather would have gone at it when they were both in their prime. Yeah.
They were both
fought
older
once,
when they
right?
fought, right?
Yeah, they fought once. They're much older, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Floyd
There
won.
was a
right?
notice. Yeah,
it was a decision.
Yeah,
Mayweather dominated the fight, but Pacquiao didn't have it.
Some more birthdays here. The drummer for the band One Republic, Eddie Fisher. He turns 52 years old today. If you ever saw the movie Top Gun Maverick, you've probably heard this song right here.
I should be scared, honey, maybe so, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes.
I love basically everything about that movie, but I still do not understand dogfight
I was
football.
just going to say, I did not
Offense and defense at the
that.
same time. I don't know, but hey, there's your team. Another band member here for a different band, but the guitarist for the band Paramore, Taylor York, he turns 35 years old today. I just realized as I was reading through my list, I put a couple kind of out of order here, but nevertheless, that's all right. Birthdays, age is just the number. Actor and comedian Eugene Levy, he turned 79 years old today. Probably, maybe most famous for, he was the dad of, I've never seen the movies, but if I saw the name of the character, I'd remember it. But he was in a lot of the American Pie movies, the dad of one of the main characters there.
Yeah, I know you're talking about, yeah. He was a...
with the glasses.
Yeah. Up in Canada, he was a part of SCTV and all that with John Candy and those guys when they got their start. Yeah. Yep.
Another actor here, Bill Pullman. He turned 72 years old today, most famous for his role as the President of the USA in Independence Day.
Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Tressel's speech that night was still more inspiring. Than 210 days. That's fine, but it's a little bit,
They did. He did inspire them to save the world.
Yeah, they did save the
world.
world.
Although the aliens came back. I've never seen the second one, but
did they have a second?
Yeah, just I think it just came out in the last few years.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think I thought there was somebody pretty big in it, but I can't remember.
Also, Will Smith didn't come back for.
I don't think so, but maybe he did. I can't remember now off the top of my head, honestly. the first one was pretty
I missed
good.
that. I did not know they put out a second one.
Not nearly as powerful. This one was called Arbor Day, and so it just didn't have quite the same feel to it.
I mean, you knew they were going to come back.
Well, yeah.
What's his face is in it? The guy from Jurassic Park. Shoot. What's
Jeff
that guy's
Goldblum.
name?
Goldblum,
Yes,
yeah.
he's in
Yeah,
it
he
again. I'm
is,
pretty
okay.
sure. Yeah. I thought he was. Anyway, NBA veteran and current Golden State Warrior and a legend of the fan poll that one time some people weren't very happy about Tito, but Buddy Hield, he turns 33 years old today. And then former Ohio State Buckeye and current Denver Broncos running back. I think he's unfortunately on IR for the rest of this season. He's had a bad luck of injury there. When he's stayed healthy, he's been very good. But nevertheless, J.K. Dobbins, the tailback there, turns 27 years old today.
1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 32-yard line. Sophomore Justin Fields from Kennesaw, Georgia in the shotgun. Dobbins is to his left in the backfield. Snap to Fields. Hands to Dobbins. Shooting straight ahead. Get to his own 40. 45, 50 goes Dobbins. He hits the Clemson side of the field. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, J.K. Dobbins. Takes
68 yards.
68 yards to the house. J.K. Dobbins. His 21st touchdown of the season. And Ohio State has a 9-0 lead.
That was the 2019 Fiesta Bowl.
Pretty good. What's wrong with him? What did he hurt this year? Do we know?
I think it was lower body.
Lower, yes.
Not to sound, hockey
there
terms
you
there,
go, yeah.
but yeah.
I think he had an Achilles.
Achilles.
didn't
I think he might have had an
Few years ago.
ACL in there, unfortunately.
It's unfortunate. He's
stayed
really
healthy,
good, yeah.
He's produced, but unfortunately struggled to stay healthy there. Some passings on this date, 2003, the Hall of Fame quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. He passed, sadly, age of 82. That would be Otto Graham.
To watch Otto Graham was to watch a winner. Automatic Otto was the Browns quarterback for 10 seasons. During that period, Cleveland played in 10 consecutive title games. Graham led his team to 4 All-American Conference and 3 NFL championships.
Otto Graham and George Radaman pitch horseshoes.
My personality was such that I think I was always kind of cool under pressure. But I've always said that you have to have the confidence that you will do good, but at the same time, inside you have to have the fear that you might fail.
Confidence to do good, but the fear of fail.
Let me get back to those days. 10 years in a row. Let's
3
go, Browns.
championships.
Come on.
Hey, Shador's about to get that run.
We've only had 10
there.
quarterbacks in 10 years nowadays. It's ridiculous.
Some more passings here. In 2008, at the age of 94, the Washington Redskins Hall of Fame quarterback Sammy Baugh and Devin Brown inspired number 33. Is he still wearing 33 for Cal?
I don't even know. I didn't see him.
We didn't play.
Don't know if he played, so I don't know if we saw him.
2009, at the age of 90, actress Jennifer Jones, and then also at the age of 90, but 10 years later in 2019, longtime head coach for the Iowa Hawkeyes and College Football Hall of Famer Hayden Fry passes away. 2019, age of 90. Holidays and observances today. It is National Device Appreciation Day. I don't know about that one. They didn't make our lives easier in a lot of ways, but also maybe
The new update's not making my life easier. I gotta figure that out.
That thing is still driving me crazy, man. I'm with you on that, Jay-Z. National Maple Syrup Day, so shout out to Buddy the Elf. And then, as we mentioned earlier with the Wright brothers there, it is Wright Brothers Day. Pretty fitting. Tito, Wednesday, December 17th, 2025, the 351st day of the year. Just 14 days left. Shout out to Kyle Hamilton and Deshaun Kaiser in this 2025.
Tomorrow you could shout out Devin Brown because he wore number 13.
Is he 13? So a linebacker must have had 33 like it
Yeah,
should,
like
it
a
should be.
normal.
Right,
Yes.
exactly. It should be, yes.
I hate that number on a
I feel like
quarterback.
we could probably find a better 13 off the top of my head.
Oh,
honestly.
how about Mo Claret?
That works.
13.
CJ
Mo
Carr.
Claret, CJ Carr. Okay, now you see, this is where it gets.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is a little, ND heavy over here.
Listen
I
to
don't
Steve
know.
Kerr. We're going to go with Maurice Claret tomorrow. Okay,
We're going to ban him.
Oh, he's already started today. He's got a good one in there. Oh, yeah, he's got a good one in there about he criticized Ohio State's culture.
Well, that's fair. I mean, they're on a 1-game losing streak.
That's fair. Yeah. By the way,
the 16 games before that.
I saw this today and thought of you, Bodie, because of the famous scene in Miracle. But on this date, also in 1991, Pittsburgh scored 8 goals in the second period. to beat San Jose Sharks 10-2, and I thought of it's everybody's goal, right?
I think about Sidney Jem.
Right, yes, that's what it is.
Right now, it's everybody's net.
Right, yeah, everybody's net. So I thought about that when I saw that.
8 goals in a period.
8 goals in one period,
That's
10-2. That same day as that Cavs blowout game.
Jeez,
It's all in that same day there. So, nice job. Well done as always, Lieutenant, I guess. I don't know. I got to look at a little hierarchy and see where you rank on that one. But coming up next, a Power 4 conference caused a lot of controversy this year, and now they're saying, hold my beer, because they're about to do it more. That's next. Morning Juice.
Pain has a way of stealing the moments that matter most, especially during the holidays. It's not just your knees, back, your shoulder. It's the time with the family and friends. But in 2026, that could all change when your body remembers how to heal itself. It just needs a little help finding its way back. That's where QC Kinetics comes in. They're your partner here in Columbus that will help you heal that pain without surgery or without pills. It's your body's own natural biologics to heal itself. It's the best comeback story that you're going to find, powered by your own cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. It's time to take that first step. Literally, walk, hike, dance, enjoy the holidays. Schedule your free consultation today in Dublin or Gahanna. Now is the great time to use your HSA or FSA for treatment. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544 and get feeling better in 2026 today. This holiday season, Germain Toyota of Columbus is unwrapping incredible savings on the toughest trucks around. Right now, drive home a 2025 or 2026 Toyota Tundra with an unbeatable 0% financing for up to 72 months. That's right, power, performance, and 0%. And there's more holiday cheer. Every Tundra is sold at MSRP with 20% due at signing. No gimmicks, no surprises, just real value on one of America's favorite full-size trucks. So upgrade to a brand new Toyota Tundra. Holiday savings at Germain Toyota of Columbus on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road. Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Every great team starts with a playbook, a plan to move the ball down the field and score. Your business, it's no different. Whether you're expanding, hiring, or upgrading equipment, you need a game plan to make every dollar count. And that's why it's important to have an experienced banking team on your side. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, President of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they help local businesses design their winning playbook.
Thanks, Bobby. That's where Riverside Bank excels in our relationships with our clients. Our commercial banking team helps local businesses design winning strategies, from cash flow management to growth financing, so you're ready for every fourth quarter decision.
It's important to always have a plan and to never leave your business to chance. If you need help, call an audible with the team that knows your success and our success are closely aligned. Look for our new branch location at Bridge Park in 2026.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
I thought mixing bleach with my floor cleaner would take the stain out.
When my youngest ate the dog's medicine, that was a new one.
I was trying to protect my garden, but I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions.
It was free.
It was confidential.
It was real help in real time.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.
One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Morning Juice. If I had my sound I used to have in the old system, I would play the breaking news sound. Because we have... Do you have it over there, Bodie?
It would take me a minute to pull it up, but I could try to find it.
Then the news will be old.
It won't be breaking anymore.
Ish. If you keep talking about it for like 30 more seconds, I might be able to find it.
I'm not going to go Trump. This guy would do a Trump if he did it, though, and talk about this might be the biggest breaking news we've had in a while. He'd be exaggerating. It's breaking news, but it's not breaking. There we go.
Nope, that's not it.
That's okay. Carpenter's going to come on the show at 7:05.
Nice.
Carp just texted me and said, I'll come on at 7:05 today. So
that's okay. Oh, wait, here we go. Maybe this is it. That one I just played said fan breaking sports news. I figured that was it. This says fake breaking news
That's the
mix.
one. That's the one.
This is going to be it.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right. Hey, Bobby's coming on the show.
Yes, Bobby Carter. Now it's old because I've already said it once. Anyway, I'm going to give you guys a history lesson. In 1982, Ohio State and Michigan, in conference, both had one loss. All right. Both had one loss in conference play in 1982. Ohio State beat Michigan that year. Guess who went to the Rose Bowl?
Michigan.
Michigan went to the Rose Bowl. Here's why. In that year, not everybody in the Big Ten played the same amount of conference games. Michigan played 9. Ohio State played 8. Michigan was 8-1 conference. Ohio State was 7-1. So the only reason Ohio State didn't have a chance to win a 9th conference game. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State beats Michigan, and the game was at Michigan. It upset
at Michigan, gave Michigan their only loss of the year.
Only lost in the Big Ten. They had other losses
in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Michigan that year was finished 8-4, with all said and done. And Ohio State finished 9-3, of course, because Earl Bruce was the head coach. But so that happened. Now the reason I bring that up is because the ACC has announced, after all the drama we had this year with the ACC, and you would think they would try to find ways to make sure the 2 best teams are playing their conference championship, whatever they have to do.
You would think a 7-5 team is not making the conference championship game, right?
They're going to a 9-game schedule next year in the ACC, but they have announced that not everybody's going to play the same amount of games in the ACC.
It's going to take some time. 12
teams are going to play 9 games. The remaining 5 teams play 8 games. And they're saying through the previous non-conference schedule contracts and balance to do that. And then coming up, it's going to happen again in 2027. It'll be 16 teams playing 9 games. One will play 8. Teams are expected to rotate into that.
Yeah, because they have 17 teams, so there's always an odd guy out. And then they didn't come up with anything to change the tiebreaker at the end of the year, right? That's they're working on that.
But like in this situation, and it even says in the article on The Athletic, this guy, they actually said it. He didn't, Chris Vanini is the one who wrote it. He said, on a more consistent schedule, what would happen if, for example, one team finished 8-1 and 2 others finished 7-1 and none of them played each other? That's yet to be determined. Well,
conferences are so stupid.
I
will die on that hill proudly. And I'll die up there alone if I have to.
I have been banging the drum. I gotta make sure. No, don't see.
You said my.
I know. And immediately I thought 12 seconds. But I've been banging the drum on the Big Ten Conference needs to man up and punish Michigan on their own. They need to do that. The other 17 teams, the other 17 teams need to, their teams, who are we kidding, need to say, this is wrong, this screwed us up. I'm saying the Big Ten needs to show this power. They've got to have it, And then I look at the ACC, and I think, maybe the Big Ten's just stupid. Because this is a Power 4 conference, and this is the way they come back after having this huge controversy with Duke being in their conference championship game at 7-5, even though they had not beaten any of the other 4 teams they were tied second place because of some stupid hierarchy of tiebreaker. This is going to blow up in their faces next year, isn't it?
The only thing I think of is there's only 1 or 2 good teams in that conference anyway.
That's true.
So maybe it doesn't really matter when it comes down to the end of the year. Now, this year it did, I think, because Duke shouldn't have been in that game. So I think if you can figure that out, but I just don't know how you figure that out when you're not playing the same amount of games or the same conference games. So for them to not have an idea to come out with all of this and then say, still figuring this out, that's just kind of like, well, what are you doing? That's a big part of what you need to figure out.
So who are the best teams in the ACC? Like if next year, I know, look, a lot can happen. I get it. But if I asked you to give me your top few teams in the ACC, who you think would compete? Miami be one of them, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. We'll say Clemson.
I guess. I don't know. Honestly, after that, after Miami, I don't even.
Georgia Tech had probably one of the better years.
Yeah,
in the
they
ACC.
had a strong year. I think Brett Key's a good coach.
SMU, Virginia.
Yeah, SMU was, a drive away from being back in the title game for a second straight season. So
Cal, Duke.
So next year, Miami, SMU,
Virginia Tech, maybe with Franklin down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miami, SMU, Virginia Tech all play 9 games. Teams that play 8 games include Clemson, Florida State, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Boston College. So you're going to have some of the teams. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It may not be next year, but it's going to happen at some point in the next few. Because this is a few years thing, right? This isn't just next year.
Yeah, that's going forward. Yeah, it's like 2 years
after next year, I think, is when only one team will have.
The following year, they said that yes, it will be in 2027. Let me make sure I get it exactly right. I don't want to misspeak, more than I normally do. In 2027, 16 will play 9 conference games, 1 will play 8.
Okay, I'm
and
sorry.
That
I
one's
thought it was-
expected to rotate.
Okay, I thought I had seen it was a few years.
Do we just add one more team in to make it 18? And
I saw somebody say,
and
just
knock
add
that
James
up?
Madison.
Yeah, just add somebody.
And then,
Just make it an even number so things work out better.
Or just chop one off.
Or
Say,
that.
Let's go the other way. We're going to 16
You know what?
now.
Stanford, sorry. You can go back to the Pac-2 and
Stanford the one you kick
Cal.
out? I think it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It
Cal.
would have to be, yeah.
Cal or Stanford?
Cal or
I feel like
Stanford.
Cal's at least, well, Stanford, I guess, did beat Cal this year, but then Cal turned around and knocked SMU out of the title game. So I don't know. Probably one of those two schools. Or maybe just, you know what? We don't care about geography anymore. So just kick out like Boston College or something like.
The way that how excited everyone was last year for the playoff and talked about these great changes in college football. There's been a lot of stupid changes.
Oh,
you know, that
they can't
don't
help
get
themselves.
Yeah, that don't get talked about enough. And this is absolutely one of them.
Well, and what's going to happen in 2 years when everything changes anyways?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
You know,
right.
I mean,
yeah.
like the state of college football is not one that's stationary right now. It's moving all over the place.
Yeah, I don't. But I have a feeling it's going to blow. You'll have something again where because they have not. They will still change the tiebreakers. They said they're going to still look at that. So that could change, but still, you can't fix it if you say the conference champ is the one with the best winning percentage in conference, and one team plays, the team in second plays fewer games than the team in the first. That's just. I mean,
insane. It's absolutely
it makes
insane.
no sense.
That they can, I don't know exactly what the solution is, but I think it would take about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to sit down in a room and be like, let's hammer this out real quick. And then somebody
We're about
comes
to
up
put this report
with
out.
that idea and be like, wait a sec. Like, there wasn't one person in the room that could look at Jim Phillips and be like, buddy,
right, yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Like,
Slow
did
down
you
here.
just watch what happened? Like, let's call it what it is, man. They're pretty lucky to have a team in the field.
Yes.
Like this year. Because of A, how their conference championship scenario shook out, and then B, like, I'm not saying Miami didn't deserve to get in over Notre Dame, but it would have been pretty easy for the committee to say, yeah, Notre Dame's 9, Alabama's 10. Sorry, ACC.
Right.
Now, granted, they're
Yeah, you should have had your team
corrupt,
playing
but-
in the championship game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Don't know if you saw this or not, but I got to believe Bodie saw this. Jeremiah Love declaring for the
Yeah, I
NFL
know. It's
draft.
a sad day.
What doesn't have me juiced, Tito?
That's not a sad day. You got to be happy about that.
Well, I could be selfishly sad, but yeah, I'm happy for him.
It's a smart move. It's the right move for
he
him to go.
has to.
You know, you
he
got to go
had
on that one.
You can't. There's no name, image, and likeness money for a guy that's going to be one of the top 10 to 15 picks at a position that, like, you have to get to that second contract. I mean, he'll probably be set for life after the first one, even. But let me actually see though, Tito. Let's get to the important
Because that'll be what,
news on
5
this.
years until he can get an extension.
It'd
Probably
be 5 probably. They'll
4
pick
to
up the
5.
fifth
Maybe
option.
after the fourth, though, he could get a
Yeah, maybe
long-term
after that,
deal
yeah.
into the fifth. The NFL draft order right now, Dallas is still at 14. We need to lose some games here to.
They could still get him
Get
at
up
14.
there.
Or they could trade up. They've got 2 first-round picks now.
Tankathon. That's true. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, they do. In Green Bay, you know, I don't like to see injuries, but they're kind of falling apart a little bit
Well,
on the
it's Jerry,
injury
that-
side of
you
things.
can blame Jerry Jones for that one, Green Bay. You got
The foresight to
Swindle
know
on
that.
that.
He put that
Yes.
voodoo on.
That was
He's going to get hurt a week
little
before
glory
Christmas.
hole there. Yes, that was a great move by him.
Tankathon, not the end-all, be-all on mock drafts, but they have Jeremiah Love going 13th to the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Cowboys picking at 14. So let's get up there.
It's
to that
possible, though.
13th
Yeah,
spot.
man.
Yeah, he's right there.
Right.
Would it be a smart pick, considering how bad the defense is? Probably not. But would I love it? Pun intended.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Javonte Williams played pretty well there, though, for them this
He
year.
has, but
looked
he's
good.
like
I know,
Love's
he's-
a different beast. Obviously,
Yes,
That's he's a different cat.
Yeah. Also, Biff Poggi for Michigan came out and
Michigan,
said that the players feel betrayed. And he
Got a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
it's been a tumultuous time, he said. He was out doing the media availability for the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
Don't you laugh at Cheez-Its.
Dude,
They're
Cheez-Its
delicious.
are fantastic. They're just,
Yeah, it's
just the way Tito read that.
he said a lot of anger and at first disbelief. The kids, quite frankly, feel very betrayed. We're trying to work through that. He said he's multiple levels of complexity that our young people are dealing with, and our university is dealing with, our athletic director is dealing with, our team, our coaches, our kids. I don't know how you compare for something like this. You've known about it for a while, apparently. But whatever. I'm not going to do it.
They feel betrayed. Like this was a known secret, and
right.
I mean, there's a pizza named after this chick.
Right.
At the one bar they have in town, the Brown Jug or something
Yes,
like
the
that.
Brown Jug.
So I think it's like a very bad secret.
Yes,
So
it
you
is.
feel betrayed. I don't know. Maybe they're saying they feel betrayed by the administration. You guys let this go on for so long. Why now?
Who else? I mean, like, do you feel betrayed by this, but not by other things that happens within the university?
Not by you guys were actively cheating for 4 years, and the players all knew about it.
That your OC is out there accessing private data,
Yes.
people's emails and stuff, and does that. Like, you don't feel betrayed there, but now, starting now, we feel betrayed. He
Sean
said,
Moore was just in love. That's can't a man love a woman?
Did you say a woman? Did you say a woman? Because
a man love multiple women.
At least
There's
two
a lot
we
of
know
cultures
of.
that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yes,
naturalized.
I'm not sure if that's where it's at in Ann Arbor, but maybe it is.
You know what they call Ann Arbor, Tito?
I know what they do.
Say she's a.
Yeah, they would. They would say. They would say she's something. Anyway, but so, and I'll be fascinated to see how this plays out when it's all said and done. How many people exit the program? What they do about their coaching search?
What do they do about their AD?
AD's
Don't you have
gotta
to
go.
start there first? Because I mean, any coach.
Yes,
you hire the AD first
Hire the
because
AD
they're going
first,
to
yeah.
want to bring in a coach that they like, right? So, and they haven't done anything in that aspect as far as Ward Manuel is concerned, right? He's still there.
Yeah, he's still there, but good Lord, he shouldn't be.
This third-party investigation is going to get him.
I was going to say
8 months from now. Like, how quick does that happen? Because they're kind of on a time crunch.
Yeah, I think that's a good point out of you, Jay-Z. At some point, it's like
You got to do
this all
something.
starts at the top.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
at
well-
some point, he's got to be held accountable for. And even if you
For
want to try
everything that's happened.
Yes.
I mean, it's just not just this. Like,
and even if you want to try to play the like, well, he didn't know. Well, it's his job to know.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not doing your job if you don't know that. And this is what I think would be the smart play for Michigan, would be to name Biff the head coach next year, interim coach, and then work on focus
just
on
figure
hire the
everything
AD, and then work on the coach. And if Biff does great everything next year, then maybe he sticks around, or you wait till the next coaching cycle, because there might not be a Lane Kiffin next year, but there'll be somebody out there, who will become available all of a
yeah,
sudden.
and this is a guy who the team knows, and he's been a head coach there. They probably like him. He just
He's been
seems
the
like one of
interim
those
coach
guys.
twice.
Yeah.
So
maybe that holds the team together a little bit more because we have somebody that we know and have been around for these last couple of years. Instead of bringing a new guy in and everybody saying, I don't like this guy, I'm out.
Imagine him walking around the sidelines with that cut off.
No doubt, man.
I heard Baker
looking like
the
a
other
Michigan
day
man.
say, he looks like Larry the Cable Guy's brother.
Perfect.
I think he threw a couple feelers out, though. I mean, he seems to have shot him down, but if Alabama gets run off the field Friday night and Kalen DeBoer's like, actually.
Well, then he starts
then
hearing
that's-
all the chirping from Alabama fans.
Yeah,
He's
then
like,
that's something. I know Jed Fish's name has been thrown out at Washington.
Right.
He's done a solid job there, and he was good at Arizona before. But, yeah, maybe throw a few feelers out, and if not, if you don't kind of get that top 2 or 3 that you
kind of felt like that
call.
Dillingham guy was going to be.
Yeah,
the
he was a name
one,
that was
but-
thrown out as well, and he's done a really nice job
Yeah,
at Arizona
he's
State.
getting ready for the playoffs.
But if you had to end up settling for, like, the best coach in the MAC, hypothetically, then maybe it's like, we'll just throw Poggi as the interim coach for a year.
that's what I'm
and
thinking.
Cycle
It's-
back.
Yeah,
Next
they're just in such a
November.
mess right now. That might be the only route they have to take.
It could be, yeah.
And they do have to. They've got to burn it down like Bruce Wayne's house. They've got to. That's what they need to do. They've got to. They've got
Blow it up.
Blow it up and rebuild. What they've got to do. Also, yesterday it was announced that Legend Bay has been granted a scholarship release from Tennessee, and he's the one who, on signing day, his mom and older brother made him sign with Tennessee. His mom made him sign because she had to sign the paperwork for.
She went to
financial
Tennessee
aid.
and got the paperwork herself, I think, right?
Yeah, I think and so he was, because he's 17 years old. He lives in Texas, but he wanted to go to Ohio State, but they said, no, you're not going to Ohio State. You're going to go to Tennessee. And he turns 18 on Christmas Eve. He turns 18, which he then could do it. But Tennessee, though, they did the right thing. They know he doesn't want to be there.
Well, and he's putting out workout pictures of himself in Ohio State shirt, Ohio State glove, like 4 days after signing day.
Yeah,
like poor kid. I mean, what a terrible mom.
Honestly,
like, come on. What
With
are
all
you
due
doing?
respect.
Yes,
What
I mean,
are you
I know
doing?
it's fair, but like your kid wants to go somewhere and you're actively making him go where you want him to go.
And it's not just somewhere. It's not like it's like,
No,
well,
I
we want
know,
you to go to
yeah.
Tennessee, but I actually want to go play at Memphis. And
Right,
no
yes.
disrespect to Memphis, but it's like
Too late.
he wants to go to Ohio State. Like it's
Yeah.
a pretty good situation in Columbus. Like it's a
nice
pretty good
program
football
up there. They're
program
doing a
that
lot of
they're
good
doing,
stuff.
Yeah,
Putting guys in the league. You'd
Yeah.
think the mom would be like,
Yes.
I'm excited about
No
this.
kidding. Have you
Let's
seen the
go.
receiver run they've been on the last 8 years?
I mean, I wanted to go to the zone, but my dad made me sign here to come to the fan. So,
the fan won.
Well, I don't know if the fan may have won, but the Columbus may have lost. Let's be fair. Coming up next, we'll do quick hitters, morning juice.
You know a thing or two about the moments in life that matter. You've seized those moments to embrace joy, accomplish great things, and build meaningful relationships. Is it time now to sit back and reflect on a life well lived? Maybe. Or maybe there's more to be done. Maybe this is the most important moment you've encountered yet. By volunteering with AmeriCorps Seniors, you can seize the moment, lend a hand, and get back more than you give. We connect you to local volunteer organizations with opportunities that fit your schedule and match your interests. Through AmeriCorps Seniors, you can support people in times of need and make your community stronger. You can become a companion to your older neighbors, brightening their days with friendship. You can even become a mentor for young people, serving as a role model and enriching their lives. Are you ready to seize your moment? Visit AmeriCorps.gov/yourmoment and get started today.
Hey, Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Attack and dominate, YouTubers. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Tito, Jay-Z, Bodie, Bobby Carpenter will join us at 7:05. I gotta see if we're doing video on that. I'll reach out to him when we're doing these quick hitters here, but let's go ahead and knock out these aforementioned quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Brody.
Happy Wednesday, fellas. We'll start here. College football. Tito, your boy, Mr. Google Me, after guiding the Indiana Hoosiers to a 13-0 record, a Big Ten championship, and the #1 seed in the College Football Invitational. He won the AP Coach of the Year award for a second consecutive season. He's the first back-to-back winner of the award since its inception in 1998. He joins, how about this list?
Yeah, you're going to like this list.
Yes. He joins Nick Saban, makes sense, Gary Patterson, also makes sense, and my boy, Brian Kelly, as coaches who have won the award twice in that time frame. Among the 52 voters, he earned 47 first-place votes, so he was a runaway winner. Some other guys earning some votes there was Joey McGuire at Texas Tech, Clark Lee at Vanderbilt, and Tony Elliott at Virginia. Tito, pretty well earned on this one for your boy.
Yeah,
Kirk Cignetti.
I feel very much down like Norm Macdonald when he talked about he was the greatest, how he regretted all the jokes he told about OJ because he was found innocent by a jury of his peers. And Norm Macdonald said, O.J. Simpson, not only the greatest rusher of all time, I might be the greatest rusher to judgment of all time. And I feel the same way. Maybe I've been the greatest rusher to judgment of Kurt Cignetti. That's quite the list of people who won the award. See, the problem now is I backtrack so much on my view, where now I say I believe that they're good, I believe Cignetti's good, that when they fall off next year, I'll be doubly wrong, even though I've stated both
later
opinions.
This month?
Right? Yeah, think about getting smoked.
Ran off by Oklahoma.
Yes. All of a sudden, but at that point, can I retake my take, or do I have to just accept the fact that I was wrong twice?
I think you have to accept the fact.
Yeah, you just accept it.
Yeah,
you should have just stood tough in your
you either got to die on that
yes,
hill,
exactly.
Or once you give in, I don't think you can go back.
Yeah, you're all in on Sig now.
I'm not going to die on the hill.
For them.
I'm going to die being shot by both hills. Like, I'll be right there in the middle.
You're down in the valley, and they're just shooting down at you.
Both sides against each other are looking at me. That's where I'll die. And I'll die in between the hills, which is the worst place to die, I think. Dying on the hill?
You're trying to climb out of the hill. You're going to get tired.
No,
and then
just
you're
because
getting
I'm
shot.
sitting there looking left, looking right. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? Which way do I go?
It's a bad situation all around.
It really is. I've screwed it up.
But good situation for Indiana, though, having the 2-time Coach of the Year on their staff. It doesn't look like he's slowing down, and we'll see how this playoff goes. But
even if he
the whole story behind
down,
Indiana the last 2 years has been great. Good for them, and he seems to be the real deal.
Will this be a 30 for 30?
I was going to be like a movie.
I think I said this last week, I think it would have been last week because the game was last Saturday or whatever, almost week and a half ago now. Like, I don't mean to sit here and rub salt in the wound, but like, think about that sentence. Undefeated Indiana beats undefeated Ohio State, number 1, 12-0 Ohio State to win the Big Ten championship. Like, it is the most mind-blowing thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
It's hard to wrap your brain around.
Indiana, they were the losingest program ever when he showed up.
Yeah.
Now, they've probably still got a lot of those losses because that's how all-time records work, but they only got 2 in the last 2 years.
They used to lose 2 in 1 week.
Yes. And their 2 losses weren't even like, oh, man, they got clipped in that game by Michigan State.
Sure, yeah.
They lost to Ohio State in the shoe, who won the national championship, and then Notre Dame in the CFP last year, who went on to play in the national title.
Right.
Like, it's insane. Even if they fall short, hell, even if they lose their first game in a couple weeks here.
Still making the playoffs 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, what a
And
run.
I don't think they're going to.
No.
I would take them right now over the Oklahoma-Alabama winner. Once you get past that, then you're facing Oregon or Texas Tech.
Yeah,
right. And if you lose that game, that's a
They've
tough
already
game.
beaten Oregon.
But they've already beaten Oregon, so they can beat Texas Tech.
Was the Oregon game in Eugene?
It was, yeah. They went on the road
went in there
and
and
took
won
care of
by
business.
10.
Yeah.
Like, it was
serious.
It's insane, man. It's just hard to believe
It
how
is,
much.
but
he's a
even
heck of a
at the
coach.
end of that game, it's just like we just got beat by Indiana.
Yeah,
like
they're good.
for as good as they
There's
are,
no
it's just
shame in
still
it, but,
that
like,
whole
when you say it out loud.
Yes, when you say it out loud, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
but they're solid.
And they are now a football school.
They are.
And I saw, I think it was Yahoo Sports. Maybe they put out their predictions for the CFP, and I think everybody had Ohio State or Georgia winning it, but like a couple of them had Indiana making the title game. I think it was. So it's like, hey man, that's crazy that Indiana.
A lot of people didn't think it was going to happen back-to-back years.
Yeah,
one guy in particular.
Yes, one guy.
I was with you though.
In particular in this room.
If you told
we
me
all thought it, I'm
after
sure. But
coming off of last year, like how many wins they gonna have this year, I would have probably said 8-4.
Yeah,
like which is still really
they have
good
a
for
good
Indiana.
season, but they're going to have a little drop.
Not exactly. Not 13-0. Like, it's insane. We'll stay with college football here, guys. After facing the Wolverines in Ann Arbor last fall and the Buckeyes in Columbus this season, the Texas Longhorns are slated to host Ohio State and Michigan over the next 2 seasons, and head coach Steve Sarkisian said that his team would honor those games already on the schedule. But after that, when it comes to non-conference games, who knows? Sark told the media this week as they get ready for that Cheez-It Bowl. Right? They play Michigan, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Here's what Sark had to say with the media this week. Quote, you look at the principles of the CFP, the first bullet point is strength of schedule. We need to honor that criteria. If we're going to value strength of schedule, then surely that's going if we're not going to value strength of schedule, then surely that's going to adjust what we do moving forward in our non-conference scheduling. We're going to 9 SEC conference games, so I think that we're going to play to think that we're going to play a 10th game against an Ohio State, against a Michigan, and who knows else? Yeah, that's what the quote says. I don't know if that makes sense. But
counting.
nevertheless,
Who else?
who else? down the road. I hope we get credit for that. If not, then we really need to look at that after the 2027 season. Jay-Z, call me crazy here. I have a couple solutions for Sark. One, he can beat Ohio State.
That'd be
you
good.
are allowed to win the game.
Yep.
Also, two, don't lose to a 4-win Florida team.
Thank you.
You'd be in the college football
That
playoff
is my
this
thing.
year.
Like, you can complain all you want. You have 3 losses. You can't lose to that Florida team. And that's what it all comes down to. That is a terrible loss on your record. So you can say, yeah, we went to Ohio State, lost by 7 on the road, but you also went and lost to a terrible Florida Gators football team. So if the committee's looking, that one loss is bad enough for me to say, sorry about your luck. And I don't think they, half the season they didn't look.
No, they went to
didn't look
overtime
good.
against Kentucky.
Yes, I mean,
Mississippi
they had
State.
multiple games where they were not looking that great of a team.
Yeah.
Arch
Somehow that
took some
A&M
time to
win,
find his way. Yes, at the end of the year,
I feel
gave
like
him a little bit more moxie to come up and say, look what we've done, look where we are.
That was 1 out of 12
and
games.
And of course, it's the popular thing to say, well, I mean, we went to Ohio State and played. We're not going to do that anymore. So he just gives him. But if they, winning that last game probably just made him feel a little bit better about himself and their team and gave him a little bit more to scream about. But deep down inside, he knows that Florida game is the one that's holding him back.
So Ohio State's got, after playing at Texas next year, they've got the home and home starting right after that with Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've got Georgia. And then after that, Boston College, which doesn't
The playoff committee's got to figure that out because I love these games.
Me too.
I mean, I think they're awesome to get big programs that don't play a lot together earlier in the season.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out something for those teams that go out there and do that. Whoever loses, I don't know how you make it work, but you got to get some bonus points for going and playing a big team.
Is this a solution that the 16 team playoff can solve?
It can help it out, but you'll still have, at some point, you'll have a team that gets left out because they lost a game to a tough team. They would say, we shouldn't have scheduled them.
I guess just at that point, though, we're talking about 9-3 and maybe even 8-4 teams.
Right, yeah.
You're talking about 9-3 is getting in, at that point.
Even Texas this year, it wasn't just that they lost by 7 to Ohio State.
Right.
There's nothing
that's a
wrong
good
with
loss.
that.
I mean,
right.
But even in some of their non-conference games against lower level FBS and FCS schools, they did not play that well. They did not look that great most of the year. They had some really nice wins. They whooped Vanderbilt. They beat A&M by 10. They put it on Oklahoma pretty good, although Mateer was hurt in that game, so I do think that has to count. But it's a 12-game season, and I will die. Speaking of dying on hills,
yes,
if you go win that game, it buys you so much of a buffer.
Sure, it does.
Ohio State winning, and even though Texas, in hindsight, was pretty overrated, they were obviously not the number 1 team in the country. Ohio State winning that game gave them a buffer to lose a game and probably even a second one, and they still would have been in the field.
Yeah. Yeah, the Florida loss is the one that stands out.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And I wonder if, well, first of all, Texas is better than James Madison and Tulane, and that's part of the problem.
Part of the problem.
Now, the other part is, though, I wonder if we'll see happen with some of these things, like what happened, at least in the interim, with Ohio State and TCU. They were supposed to do the home and home, and instead they did a one-off. They did one game, and it was a Jerry rule down there when they did that. I wonder if you'll see any of these series do that, where it won't cost you potentially 2 losses in 2 years, where maybe if you take the Ohio State-Georgia game, which, look, again, I hope they do the home and home, same thing with Bama, but it wouldn't surprise me to see some other matchups, though, that maybe the ones Texas talked about, Michigan or something, some other ones, though, where you go to a neutral site, a huge NFL stadium, and play it there, as opposed to jeopardizing your program losing 2 games in 2 years.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I think there's something to getting them to come to your place.
Sure.
And I think that's why Sark's like, hey, we're gonna honor these because we get them to come to us, and we think that our home field advantage can be enough to help us get over that hump. And you get that money for the games. I understand what you're saying, but I don't care. I'm good with those games every year. And if it's a home and home, that just makes it better because you get the home fans, and you give the people who can't travel to those NFL stadiums a chance to, hey, we're in the shoe with a big time game coming here. So I love that aspect of it, and I don't care about the year in and year out. I think they should have those.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it'll vary probably from school to school. Some schools like Indiana,
right,
they're really good. I'm not taking anything away from them, but they're going to be like, hey, we are going to go as cupcake heavy as possible in the non-conference because we just want 3 wins. I think some schools.
Well, and they're scheduling. You got to schedule out years in advance, right? And Indiana's also been so bad, so they're not looking for those. Hey, let's bring Texas into Indiana.
Yeah.
They couldn't get that game.
My thing was more like even they were supposed to have a home and home upcoming with Virginia, and they canceled that to schedule like an FCS school.
Yeah.
That's like you can't go out and just grab one. And I know Virginia just so happened to be in the ACC title game this year, but most years Virginia's 500, give or take.
It shouldn't be an issue for this Indiana team.
I think some schools will say, hey, we're going to keep playing them because if we play a big non-conference game and we win that, I mean, imagine if Texas beats Ohio State next year.
Right.
If they go 9-3 in the SEC next year but beat Ohio State, they're going to get in, especially if it's a 16-team field. But even a 12-team, I think they'd probably get in because a win over Ohio State is such a big deal, and it gives you, like I mentioned a second
especially
ago,
early in the year, because then you shoot up to the top of everything, and so I mean you're at the top of the mountain at that point.
I would feel much better. Like this year, the Texas game was a concern for me because it was the first game of the year. If you make it the third game of the year, and I know the college football is going to always try to win that week one, the week 0, whatever you want to call it now, but like next year, Ohio State opens up with Ball State, then plays at Texas. And they'll have
that better.
Yeah, I like that part better. When they play Bama, they open up with Bowling Green in New Hampshire, then they play Bama. Bama's the second game of the season in 2028. Georgia's second game of the season in 2030. And Ohio State will be fine. I mean, like next year, the other games are Ball State and Kent State. In 2027, it's Bowling Green, New Hampshire. 2028, it's Buffalo and Northern Illinois.
The Bills?
Yeah, I know.
Bring Josh Allen to town. Let's go.
That's a tough one there. Yes, that'll be a tough matchup there. Then they've got Navy and Charlotte both here. Then they've got Nevada coming here. So
I like the second game for the big ones. You get one under your belt, get everybody out there, get away from camp, and then week 2 I think is perfect for everybody to play a big time game.
But because of the money, they're going to make sure they got a huge game on Labor Day that first week.
For sure. That'll always happen.
Yeah, they're going to somebody will do that, and it's. And by the way, if this Alabama got left out, they'd probably complain about the fact that, hey, Florida State's a tough place to play. Tallahassee, we're just not going to schedule this.
Not everybody goes there and wins.
Except for most of the ACC.
You guys seen that horse before the game?
Do you know Bobby Bowden coached there? Charlie Ward played there? I mean, telling you. All right, that's it for Quick Hitters. Coming up next, top of the hour, the General, Bobby Carpenter, joins us from Parts Unknown. We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've hit your medical deductible, now's the time to see Dr. Mark Levy. Get a custom oral appliance that stops snoring and helps you ditch that CPAP and pay less out of pocket. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com before the year ends.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. All of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, and every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
My name is DeMar Hamlin. I play for the Buffalo Bills, and I play safety. CPR saved my life. I've teamed up with the American Heart Association as a national ambassador to help create a nation of lifesavers, turning bystanders into lifesavers. through CPR education and access to AEDs. Nearly 3 out of 4 cardiac arrests that don't happen in hospitals happen in homes. Join me to ensure everyone has the chance to live longer, healthier lives. Visit heart.org/nation.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Don't let your insurance benefits go to waste. End the year sleeping better with Dr. Mark Levy's oral appliance. No mask, no noise, just results. Hurry, deductibles reset soon. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com today.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS-FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. One man is a national champion, NFL veteran, and local business leader. The other man is Tito. This is Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Bobby will be with us shortly here. You can get him on the phone, talk to him, see what's going on in his life. Have him preview some of the college football action coming up this weekend. I don't know if you saw this or not, Jay-Z, but one of the Heisman voters, a guy named, it's a great name. Like, this feels like a name out of a movie, but Chase Goodbread.
Oh.
Chase Goodbread.
Chase Goodbread.
Tuscaloosa News. He was ripping on Diego Pavia about his saying the F the voters thing. And in his column he did on Sunday, said that that Pavia is old enough to know better. He said, here's what he said. Had this been the 19-year-old Johnny Manziel, a Pavia confidant, by the way, and F all the voters post on social media would have at least been less surprising, if no less classless. But after 6 years in college, you'd think Pavia would have signed up for at least one course in humility by now. The kid blows off steam. Defense also fails to hold up when one considers the dozens of kids who didn't get decades worth of disappointed Heisman finalists who managed to leave the New York City without leaving behind their dignity like Pavia did.
Yeah. But he voted for him. He's down south, I'm sure.
He might have voted for him. I don't know if he did or not. But it's interesting to me when you get somebody like, I think Ohio State and other schools do a very good job of coaching up the players. Did you get coached up much on how to deal with the media back when you were playing? Kind of makes like you were in your 80s. Yeah. I can speak up for you if you want to. But yeah, did you get coached up much on?
I didn't, no. No, I came from an area where I'd done a lot of that stuff.
I guess you had. You're already pretty experienced.
Yeah, so there wasn't much. The only thing maybe, it was around election time.
Right.
And he was like, who are you going to vote for? And it's like, and then Trust's like, maybe you just don't say stuff, about any, like, I'm like, at that point in time, I didn't, politics was just whatever. It was my first time voting for the most part. But other than that, no, I didn't get any, I kind of got lessons on my own.
I would say, you probably,
the first game I started, kind of tried to make some jokes, and it just got blown out of proportion. And it was something stupid about, like, a mouthpiece. And my brother was the team dentist, so I was giving him a jab, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm getting calls from the dean of the dental school.
Really?
Like, it was bad.
You got a call from the dean of the dental school about it?
It was like, because he was doing our mouthpieces, and she's going to be mad if she's not hopefully listening. But my first snap, I go to do the snap count.
Yeah.
And I go, and my mouthpiece flies out.
Your first
so it wasn't tight in the back. So when I was screaming, like it flew out of my mouth. So my first college snap as a starter, I'm like taking, I get snapping, that was like, because somebody asked, like, what was your first snap like? I was like, well, actually, I was just happy I got the snap because, I'm trying to hold my mouthpiece in because of this, and then all these dentists started calling in like, well, I'll make him a mouthpiece. And, it's just like a little jabs. But then after that, I was like, never again. Like, you guys get nothing out of me. I'm just going to say yes and no and keep it straightforward. So you learn your lessons, but.
We should lean in on this. And we should, when you're working like 94 days in a row or something like that here. But if there's something in our lives, especially you, because it's work for you, maybe it worked by proxy with me and maybe with Bodie, but if there's something that we need something new of, or an improvement on in our life, we bring in a defective version and show everyone how it breaks on the air. It doesn't work. You're like the mouthpiece thing. If you give the mouthpiece right now and start to talk, say, oh, man, this mouthpiece doesn't fit. I don't think people call them. But say, if there's something in our lives that is not working properly, could we leverage it by doing something on the air about it and hope one of the listeners is in that field? Like if I come in here.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, let's say I come in here This would work. My uncle's a barber. It wouldn't work. He's about to retire, though. If I came in here with a bad haircut and just said, man, this haircut sucked, I need a new barber. Would people reach out to me and say, I'll cut your hair for free? Is there anything like that? If we broke, I come with an old phone and say, oh, this phone sucks. Would AT&T or something like that?
My disposal at home. Like when the water's filled back up and I go to clean it, I get a bunch of water underneath.
Yes.
I wish someone could help me figure out why.
I'll tell you can. Buckeye Frank. He's listening right now in the chat. Buckeye Frank. He is the best plumber I've ever met.
Well, there we go. Buckeye
Frank. Something like that. Yes, you're committed to sorry, I'm late today. I didn't sleep much last night. I was up all night trying to fix my sink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
some boom.
Yeah,
gotcha.
That's what we got to do, man. Yeah. Now we're on to something here.
There you go.
You fumbling that mouthpiece out and get the dean of dentists to call you to do that, though. That's important. That's a good thing there. We'll get Carp on here momentarily, but so it's a bad look for Diego, obviously, and I don't know. If I'm an NFL scout,
do you like him anyways? I mean, he's 5'9".
I don't think I do.
He's a tough little guy, but we saw Johnny Manziel come in. He's basically a Johnny Manziel type quarterback. Yeah. Flashy, fun, good. But is he faster than those defensive linemen in the NFL? Johnny wasn't.
Right.
You know, I mean, when those guys are just as fast as you, they chase you down pretty easily. You don't make those plays they used to.
I wonder who Browns fans would rather have as a quarterback next year, Diego or Shador. You know, I think most say Shador.
I think so, yeah.
I think most say Shador.
I think there's a little bit of excitement around him.
Yes, I agree. So that happened. The Collins out on Sunday for that one, and I know the voting obviously went a long way towards.
But for the old guy of the group to be running his mouth, it's just not a good look.
No, not at all. Not at all. What was the thing I saw? There was. I wanted to get to the thing about. What was that thing I got to look at here? I just had it called up and now, and I can't find it now. But we talked about the NBA Cup last night. That went on, and the Knicks beat the Spurs, and I think the NBA Cup has been successful so far in standpoint. It's something that people talk about NBA games this time of year. They normally might not.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, what time of year is it? It's about, I guess, middle. Well, not even middle. The first quarter of their season.
Right.
Football season. Everybody's kind of into that. I guess it gives you something. I mean, I did read a headline. Knicks won the cup, so yeah. I mean, it's out there. I think those players all get bonuses or whatnot, but it, I guess, gives a little something early on in the season.
It's
for
sort
those
of
NBA fans.
Yeah, it's sort of Maui Invitational,
But I don't get into basketball until like everything with football is over.
Yeah, and a lot of people are that way.
Yeah.
If your team was in it, you'd probably, and if you're an NBA fan, if you're a Knicks fan, or they beat the Spurs, right?
Yeah,
pretty sure, right?
Yeah, the Spurs. Yeah.
If you're a fan of one of those two teams, you probably cared and watched. And you know, I think anytime you put a little bit more something on the line than just like a regular season
when
game,
they actually play basketball, and
it's
not just
like everybody's playing.
When they're actually playing
even if
defense,
you're a little banged up, you'll go out there and play with maybe a sore ankle in last night's game and sit. You know,
when it looks like they actually
tomorrow night's game or
care
whatever.
about playing and winning.
Yeah, so
Terrence Crawford, by the way, retired from boxing. 42-0 record. Just a few months ago, he knocked off Canelo Alvarez. 38 years old. Do you believe any boxer under the age of 45 when they say they're retiring?
I think he should.
I don't think he's going to fight again.
I mean, you're young getting into boxing. How many hits are you taking?
Yeah.
And that's serious. That's a lot of shots to the head, I imagine.
I'm going to see when he started to box, because I know that Tyson Fury has retired like 3 times, and now he's coming back to fight again next year.
Is he coming back?
Yeah, he's going to fight again. He's going to fight against who's fighting the YouTuber?
Joshua, or something Joshua.
Anthony Joshua. Von Joshua, by the way, was an outfielder of the White Sox in the 1980s, just so you know. That's what I named.
Thanks, I was wondering, yeah.
Yes, that's what it was. Anyway, that fight's coming up on Friday, the fight with Jake Paul, and then they're going to fight next year based on all of that. But Terrence Crawford, let me see here. He took up boxing at the age of 7. Yeah. He fought 70 official amateur bouts, lost 12 times as an amateur. His amateur record was 58-12 was his record there. So that's 70 fights right there before you can get into everything else.
Before you become professional and really step up into the big leagues.
Yeah.
Although boxing is just serious no matter what, I'm sure.
Carp's saying the line's busy right now.
Okay. I think it always kind of pops up sometimes. I called him. It went to voicemail, and then I texted him and said, let me know when you're ready. I'll call again. And he didn't respond.
All right. Let me give him a
called you.
on there, So yeah, Crawford though he's
a boxing guy. What's his fight Friday going to be like? Well, is this Paul kid any good?
Okay, so Paul is better than average, I think, but he's very careful about picking his opponents.
Do you think there's this So he's the one that fought Tyson, right?
He's the one that fought Tyson.
And
yep.
Do you think there was stuff in there like you can't knock me out?
There might have been with that. It wouldn't surprise me if it was.
Now that's more of an exhibition, I guess, because you got an old Mike Tyson.
And
so like this
rules,
fight on Friday. Is it it's
supposed
legit?
to be completely legit.
It's supposed to be legit,
sanctioned and everything.
Gotcha,
like
okay.
He's
so
official.
there's none of this like you can't take a shot when you have it,
right? Yeah, and so this is a big one for him there.
Good, okay.
And I know that and Bobby feels the same way. I know that Bobby normally talked to him about the football stuff, but Bob, with this fight coming up here on Friday, the Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul fight, will you tune in just because you want to watch Jake Paul get his butt kicked?
What time is that fight going to be? Because I want to watch Oklahoma and where the hell Alabama. That should be the game.
Yeah, you've got multiple screens wherever you're at, Bobby. I get the feeling no matter where you are, even when you're out driving your car, I think you've always got multiple screens.
Of course. I mean, how would you ever assume that if there's something I want to watch and I'm driving an automobile that I would not feel the need to be able to do both? That's what's called great peripheral vision.
Multitasking.
People used to say you got big vision to be able to absorb a lot of information at once. So I've been training for this my whole life.
We were talking earlier about this Diego Pavia thing, and I asked Jay-Z if he had ever been coached like by Ohio State on how to deal with the media and his upbringing with stuff that with his passion, he kind of had an experience with it already. When you were at Ohio State, when you got there, was there were there times when they would try to coach you on how to handle the media? I think he's thinking about it.
We would talk. He would talk about how to answer questions and things, and how they're going to play and things like that. I mean, that was all. I mean, it wasn't the main thing that we would do, and I mean, obviously Ohio State gets a lot of coverage, but it wasn't, like it probably. I don't know. I guess that was kind of the golden age of TV when Jay-Z and I were there. So obviously you had the news and everything else, and it was a big deal. So everybody sit around and watch the 6 and 11, and that was huge to see kind of what you did. But they would talk to us about it. It wasn't like we had like formal classes and things, but that just comes like anything else with the practice of doing it. The more you do it, the better you get at it.
You mentioned the Bama Oklahoma game coming up on Friday night. Is there something particular, some player in particular you're looking forward to seeing in that game?
No, I want to see if Johnny Material can play any better. He started out really good at the beginning of the season and broke his thumb, got it ripped off. They sewed it back on, put up, or whatever they did, and see how he'll be able to kind of respond. I mean, it's that game, and then the next game at noon with Miami and A&M, I think will be the two obviously most captivating. They're the tightest lines. And those two teams, I don't think Bama or Oklahoma have a real chance at winning it, but I think that obviously when you talk about Texas A&M and Miami, that's who Ohio State will be playing. So those will be the two big games on my radar, if you will.
Yeah, we talked to Schleggs yesterday about who he thinks he would rather see this Ohio State team take on out of those two that you talked about, A&M and Miami. He just wanted to melt everybody's faces off. It didn't really matter, of course, but who would you rather see us go against? I know we'd be playing in Dallas or in Texas A&M. We did that last year with the Texas game, so we can handle it. But who would you rather go up against and why?
I think. Well, thank you for the NY, Justin. I feel like I'm taking a high school midterm right now.
Yeah. Well.
What do you think and why?
Show your work, Bobby. Show your work.
Mm-hmm. So I told my daughter, she's preparing for midterms. I go, multiple choice. It looks like it's easier, but it may not be. Like, you get the partial credit if you can kind of meander your way around in a circle and make some sort of rational sense, even if you really don't know the answer. Just kind of telling what you do know. What I do know is this. I think, obviously, when you've got a running quarterback, like you have at Texas A&M and, the talent that he has there and what they've got, there's an element that makes that tough. And they've only given up 10 sacks all year, but he's throwing 10 picks this season. So there's the ability to get the ball back from that stretch. If you took a straight neutral field, I'd probably rather play Texas A&M. I think you have a better idea of what they are. I think they're probably a year away from being really good. They've got some very good players, but they're not quite as talented yet. I think Miami's more talented, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They got some dudes up front, all three levels of the defense. They're good. Carson Beck doesn't really scare me all that much. I think he'll give you the ball back if you pressure him. But the one X factor in this is you talk about playing A&M in Dallas. And hopefully all the Ohio State fans have bought their tickets, have got their flights, and they've got half of that stadium reserved because just being there last year, it's tough. It would be like playing, a game in Cleveland. Or Cincinnati, or heck, even like Pittsburgh or Indiana, where you have so many people so close, it's so easy to get there. So I think a little more about what Texas A&M is with Marcel Reed and everything they have in Elko, and they're going to be well disciplined. Miami, I think there's a lower floor, but there's also a higher ceiling, and so I would probably rather play A&M, just not in Texas. If you're going to have to put it there, then give me the Canes.
Bobby Carpenter joins us here on his show, Morning Juice, and he's on PTO. This shows you the dedication of one Bobby Carpenter.
I was listening to the show. I felt like he was taking a hard turn the last couple of days.
Had to come save it.
I wanted to, like Jackie Moon, sometimes you just got to sub yourself in and take the reins, get out there. And, Wednesdays are my early, I would say, light workout day. Just do a little incline walk with a weighted vest on, and now I'm driving up to Michigan to see my brother. So I figured, hey, I'll just pop on here and I'll do it myself.
What's your weighted vest that you wear? How much weight?
It's a great question. I'm not exactly sure. At Ohio State, I picked them up. They moved the weights around inside of them,
Gotcha,
so
okay.
They have lighter ones that are around 10 to 15. If I feel the ones that are lighter, then I usually grab two. I like one that's probably around 25 pounds. If it's just going to be maybe 25 to 30, if I can just do a heavy walk with it.
Yep. All the time I've known you, Bob. This is weird. Weird coincidence. Wednesday is also my light workout day. I have a weighted vest as well. Does that surprise you?
No, but I guarantee you it probably hangs on a piece of workout equipment.
When was the last time it was worn?
Used. Yeah, that's like everybody else. I sit there, I buy all this stuff. I get things for my wife. We have all these different doodads and whatever. I'm like, everything I buy with a purpose to use. So, yeah, I've got a couple weighted vests, and this is the transition to my older life. Like yesterday, I do field running where I actually run on a field with cleats. I used to do that 3 or 4 days a week. Now, given the fact that my back will start to hurt and different things, I'm getting older, I had to sub one of those days out for a heavy walk. I've heard it burns fat better and it's easier on your joints. So I try to do that, do a little swimming, one day of field work, a couple of days on the treadmill or on the track, and that's kind of rounding out life. I know yours is very similar, Thitoff.
Well, my wife's trying to get me wear the weighted vest and go swimming, which I think is kind of a weird thing. I'm not going to give that a shot.
It's really heavy.
And I asked you a yes or no question. Are you surprised that I own one? And you decided to go with the Justin thing where you explained your work and when I just asked a yes or no because we could have just stopped it right there, Bob. Yes, I do own a weighted vest. My wife did buy it online, and it's pink.
It doesn't surprise me because I feel like you get into things with the best of intentions. It takes courage to commit, but to start, but it takes commitment to be able to finish. And I don't know. I feel like Thitoff, you've got the ability to start. I've watched you show up to a workout for Schleich, so there's the want to there. Yep. I don't know if you just have that relentless pursuit to continue to drive on a day in and day out basis.
Feels personal.
It does a little bit.
I feel like I've been around you now for a while, so you get about halfway and then you decide to turn around because you think it's too far, but you're much further down the track than you actually know.
Bobby, I appreciate that. I
appreciate your appreciation.
What else going on with Carpenter in the holiday season? You drive there solo, I take it, right?
Oh yeah. This is. I don't know if you ever heard the Joe Flacco thing where he was sitting there and he was watching he used to watch the guys in the hotel eat by themselves. And when I was playing, there'd be times where, I got to a new team and you're there by yourself and you do miss your family. And at that point in time, you're younger, it kind of stinks you. I do enjoy a drive. And especially as my kids get older, we can have real conversations in the car. They have school, but I do enjoy time just really to be alone with my thoughts. That's all my work. That's really the only reason why I work out anymore with Thitoff. It's just so I can have some peace and quiet, put some headphones in. There might not even be music playing. I just want to have some peace and quiet. So, yeah, that's a little bit of what I've got today. I'm going to finish the second half of my Live Free podcast, listen to that, probably make a couple of phone calls, maybe watch a Netflix movie or something on the dashboard, and before you know it, I'll be there.
Sorry you missed the meeting on Monday. If you want to stick around on the phone for the rest of the show, we can do a Wednesday meeting real quick if you want.
I think you're going to be okay on that. You seem to be doing a great job here. It's been a good couple of days. Like, hey, man, I punched in the show on the station. I don't have it saved because I typically don't listen to my own show because I'm doing it. But the last 2 weeks, driving in to work out and driving around, you guys have been doing a good job, man. It's been a fun listen.
All right, Bob. Appreciate it, buddy. Safe travels. It's not like talking to AJ. I'm not hearing rumble strips or horns honking, so that's good. Keep it right there in the middle of the road, bud. We'll, anytime you want to come on, you know this. You just let me know, and we'll get you on here.
Yeah, I apologize. I mean, usually you guys are right on during my workout, and I haven't been able to get out in time and to take care of all the business that I need. So I apologize for that. I'll try to do better next week. I think you got Austin in, so I'll try to jump on at least once with you guys. And maybe even I was going to do video, but it's kind of dark in my car right now, so I didn't know how well it would come through anyway.
Oh, that'd be great, Bob.
And I started out, I was just popping out of the shower, so it may have been a little weird from that standpoint as well. Like, I was trying to answer the phone as I was coming out of the shower, drying off, and
okay.
Yeah, it would have been
give the people what they want, Bob.
Say, Bob, if you're going to do that, just give us a heads up, and we'll make sure to promote the hell out of that. Bob half naked, or maybe more, next time on Morning Juice.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a great launch for the OnlyFans. We'll see what happens.
Sex sells.
There we go. Thanks, Bob. We'll talk soon.
Have a good one, guys.
That was Bobby Carpenter there joining us from the road out there. See, at first he said that the show's taking a bad turn. Then he said done a good job the last 2 days.
I know.
What's it like?
You tear you down before
tear
you build
down.
it back up.
Is that what it was?
It's all part of the plan.
So you got to build the basement first, Tito.
So I'm Michigan football, I guess, is what I am. Coming up next, Austin Ward joins us. Morning Juice.
Hey, Columbus. It's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. Football runs deep in my family. My dad played here, and now my brother and I are proud to carry on that tradition. At Monogram Homes, family matters too. They treat every homeowner like one of their own, building with care, precision, and pride. Monogram doesn't just build houses, they build homes, crafted just for you. So whether you're starting your first home or designing your dream space, Monogram Homes has got your back every step of the way. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
My mom is a veteran and she was injured in the line of duty.
I hurt my leg in a training accident when she was only 2 years old.
She had 7 different surgeries over the span of 9 years, and there were tons of complications.
I couldn't be the mom my kids needed me to be.
She missed so much.
After my last surgery, I got an infection so bad I thought it was going to kill me.
I told her she couldn't leave me yet. There was still so much she had to see. I hadn't even graduated.
I'm doing much better now. I may have lost my leg, but I've gained so much. I'm an active part of my kids' lives.
She can kick a mean soccer ball.
DAV's been there for me and my family. Through thick and thin, they've had our back.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Sandy get the health and disability benefits they've earned so they can achieve victories great and small.
My victory is getting my life back. I got my joy back.
We got our mom back, thanks to DAV.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Wrinkles, gray hair, and hearing loss are common signs of getting older. But being short of breath, having tightness in your chest, coughing, and wheezing are not. If you are experiencing these symptoms, you may be one of the millions of people who are living with a condition called COPD but don't know it. Early diagnosis and treatment can add years of better breathing to your life. For more information, talk to your doctor and visit copdfoundation.org today.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
It was Bobby, Tito, Jay-Z, and Bodie Wells. But now at this here time every Wednesday, we bring in the most handsome redhead I know.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
Good morning, Austin. Hope all is well with you, my friend. Are you actually working this
Fantastic.
week? Like what I mean is, is Ohio State, I know you're working, but obviously you're here, but is Ohio State, is there anything you are doing? Is there any availability for you this week? You talking to anybody?
There is no availability this week, Tito. It is a weird feeling. I just kept thinking all day yesterday on Tuesday. It's like, what am I doing here? What am I missing? What am I forgetting to do? You get so used to that routine, just like the Buckeyes. You crave it. You want to be able to get into that rhythm and know where you're supposed to be at every time. And so that was weird. But they're gonna have all that. They're gonna get back on the practice field later this week. I think some of the work has been optional, voluntary, as Jay-Z can attest. Some of those are more required than others, but, they had to get through the finals. They are still students. They have to, manage that and make sure that they're academically eligible to be able to go out there and compete in the college football playoff. So they needed to close the books before they could get back out there and open the playbook again. And then the next time we'll hear from Ohio State, we're going to hear from Ryan Day. We're supposed to hear from Brian Hartline because now the stuff is college football playoff mandated. The coaches and entire team have to be available before the build up to the Cotton Bowl, which is great. But they'll have one, on-campus media day on Monday, which will be a pretty large extravaganza, and can't wait to cover that on Monday and feel normal again. But then there won't be anything again until they get to Dallas on the 28th. So it's still a little bit makeshift, but then it's going to be all-out onslaught of coverage once we get down there into the Las Colinas Weston home base for the media.
If you had a chance to ask the first two questions at a press conference for Ryan Day next week, if they say you get the first two questions are yours, what are the two things you would want to ask him?
Yeah, I think the most pressing topics right now for Ohio State are still, how they're going to, proceed and move forward at right guard. We understand that Tiger Shabola not likely to play in the Cotton Bowl and don't know what his availability would be beyond that with this health setback. So, is Josh Padilla fully healthy? Does he go right back into the spot that we thought he was going to be 4 or 5 weeks ago, where it looked like he was pushing and going to have a chance to actually win that job away from Tiger Shabola? Does what Gabe Van Sickle did in the second half against Indiana carry more weight? Is he now ahead of Josh Padilla, with or without full speed availability for Padilla? Is there a world where Ethan Onyanwa can still contribute to this team after that, regular season certainly didn't play out the way anybody anticipated when they, got one of the most coveted transfer portal tackles on the market, and then he didn't win a job there and didn't even, after some cameos early in the season, win a job at guard. So someone between those three is going to have to start and take the first snap against Texas A&M or Miami. So, I don't know that Ryan Day would answer that directly, but I think you'd really need to know, where Padilla is in his recovery process to maybe get a feel for that. And maybe there's a situation where all three have to be involved. We saw the Buckeyes be willing to rotate at guard a year ago while dealing with the same sort of scenario going to the college football playoff with health and consistency issues on the offensive line before elevating and playing phenomenally well for those 4 games. So it's the offensive line scenario for me, and then what they're planning to do. Another situation where you probably will not get a straight answer from Ryan Day, but when you've looked and self-scouted, which is really what the coaching staff was doing, up to this point for the last week and a half, what did that reveal about what's going on in the red zone? Are you still convinced that you need to play 3 or 4 tight ends in the game? Are you comfortable with the amount of time that Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate have been off the field when you've been down there in the red area? And his answers will always be telling, even if they're not going to directly be, here's the game plan and what we're going to do in the Cotton Bowl.
With all this time off, they haven't been on the field for practice since before the Indiana game, right? And so you talk about the right guard. Does that make it that much harder on Ryan where they're going to start practice next week and have a game, coming up after that to figure that out? I mean, he only has, 5 days of practice probably before they get on the road or, they start making those plans anyways? I mean, how tough is that going to be for him to decide on that?
Yeah, I think last year can kind of be a loose guide for that. I would say, Jay-Z, that it's obviously not ideal. You'd love to have a full, August-style training camp.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at that because I think they'll be back and start doing, like, more full-scale practices, tomorrow,
maybe this
Friday,
weekend,
heading into the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to ramp back up to that. So, and because I actually I wrote about it at Letterman Row, and I got a number of questions like, this feels like it's risky, like they're not using enough time. And I was trying to, compare that to the way Ohio State built up. Like, I think we have this idea in our minds, or maybe I did, that, well, they closed the regular season, they got to Selection Sunday, and they just got to go right to work to Tennessee last year. And that really wasn't the case. So the layoff between the Big Ten championship game and the Cotton Bowl is going to be 25 days. The layoff between the loss in the game to Michigan last year in the Horseshoe and the first round against Tennessee was 20. So, yes, there is a difference of 5 days, but Ohio State didn't just go right back immediately to the practice field after they lost to Michigan last year. So there was a little bit of that rest recovery period before they ramped it back up. So I don't know that it'll be that dissimilar. Now, to your point, would you like to have an additional week to evaluate Padilla, Gabe Van Sickle, or Ethan Onyanwa? Yeah, you probably would, but those guys, they've still had a ton of practice reps available to them. Now, Padilla's missed about a month of that. They've played enough football to think that they should be able to get out there and get going. And, anytime with the offensive line, and this is better as well as anybody, Justin, you'd like to have that chemistry and continuity. But Ohio State showed a year ago that's sometimes there are other ways to do it, and playing multiple guards and rotating and trying to get 25 or 30 game reps as opposed to 50 is a little bit different mission. And they accomplished that a year ago. And I think maybe that's probably, where this would trend against Texas A&M or Miami.
Austin, Jeff Rimmer's middle half in the chat has a question for you. He wants to know if you've been, with a little bit of time off, a little less of work schedule though, have you been hitting the golf simulator yet?
No, it hasn't been quite that quiet. It's a great question. I love going to the Fairway Columbus. As you guys know, I was there on Black Friday because they canceled our scramble that I would play with my brothers-in-law. So was in there a few weeks ago to get some swings, and it didn't feel great. I'm in clear winter mode. I really need to focus down and get some consistency in my own game. But that's not the time right now. And I look outside, it makes me not even think about picking up the golf clubs right now.
Talking about it's warm out today. I was thinking about going and walking 9.
Yeah, that's what. Maybe we'll get the snow off the ground, and by Saturday we'll just Jay-Z and I will go play 9 holes before, and Tito, you as well. We'll just go get a round going before Miami and Texas A&M.
Well, let me tell you this. This is possibly the worst news I've had in a long time. There's an indoor place that opened up about 2 minutes from my house. So, It's right there, okay? And also, it's 24/7 access.
Ooh.
Woo! Is there anything worse than that? This place, it's
You're about to be a good golfer.
No, I'm not. I'm about to be a poor golfer. No, I'll be an experienced bad golfer. It's called Bag 9. It's over there. But yeah, you can 24/7. You can go in there, and with the weird hours that I keep because of the jobs and everything, the jobs aren't good. I'm not going to cut back on jobs. I'm not going to cut back on watching sports. Honestly, I might not see my kids and wife very, very often.
Well, it's Bob will tell you as well. I'm sure you've heard this many times, Tito. You have to make sacrifices to be great.
Yes.
And if you're going to, qualify for the senior tour soon and be able to put that money back into your family, you may not have to see them as much for the time being. I think that's just the way life goes.
24/7 access to an indoor simulator, though. Like if you bought a membership there, you go there anytime.
Yeah, what's the membership cost?
They got some kind of especially we're doing now where it's like for a month it's $150, but you get
come on,
unlimited access there.
Have you not bought that already?
I'm not saying I have or I haven't. I'm just telling you I know that's the deal right now.
That's the deal going on.
Yeah. But I saw that Hartline made his first hire. Tim Beck will be his OC there at South Florida. Beck was an OC here at Ohio State and then was a head coach. Was it at Charlotte, I think, for a while before that ended. Your thoughts on that hire?
I didn't love the Tim Beck era at Ohio State. I don't know that means he can't be an effective, play caller, game planner for Brian Hartline. He's been in this profession a long time, Tim Beck, and he's been at a number of powerhouse programs before and after he was at Ohio State, had a chance to run his own program. I believe that was at Coastal Carolina. He's also, Brian Hartline's been busy making hires when he's got a defensive coordinator and an offensive coordinator in place. And I think if you're looking at this through the Ohio State lens, well, first of all, for Brian Hartline, he could build a staff of former Ohio State assistants, nothing but former Ohio State assistants that maybe didn't pan out, weren't ideal for the Buckeyes, that would probably be really good at South Florida. I wouldn't make judgments on that. Tim Beck might be at the right level to make an impact, and maybe Brian Hartline can give him some personnel to work with down there with his recruiting chops. We'll see how that works out. But I think what's important is that you put some of those spots in place. He's got, identified his general manager. He's got another, front office hire that he made. He's got an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. And some of that, I think, that groundwork now in Tampa for the number 2 team in the country trying to get ready for the Cotton Bowl and to go defend the national championship. Maybe there are enough pieces in place where Brian Hartline won't be stretched quite as thin once he gets back and heads into these next 2 weeks of preparation. We're 2 weeks away from New Year's Eve at this point. There's not a ton else that you need to do that's absolutely pressing. He does have to fill out the rest of that coaching staff for South Florida, but some of this stuff with the position coaches, that carousel can wait a little bit at this point, and the transfer portal won't open until January 2nd. So, the signing period, that's over with. Maybe there's a chance now for Brian Hartline to dig back in and be focused on what he needs to do and what he needs to provide to make sure that the Buckeyes are at their best. I still think, Tito, that Ryan Day is going to be far more influential with the planning of the game plan, putting that together over the next 2 weeks once Ohio State actually finds out who their opponent is going to be. But Brian Hartline is still going to be calling the plays. Ryan Day's been steadfast in that, and to my knowledge, there's been no change in that approach. So I think it should be easier for him to focus with some of these key hires already in place when he gets back into Columbus and when the Buckeyes get back on the practice field full go here.
You talk about him filling out his staff down there. Is Ohio State worried about losing anybody, or do you think with him hiring guys who have been around for quite some time? Because a lot of these coaches, when you get your head coaching job, you have a coaching tree of guys you like to bring in. Brian has been in the game for a while, but he hasn't really, I wouldn't say he has that. Does he lean on those, the Tim Becks of the world who's been around for a long time to, hey, this is our vision. Who do you know, quarterback coach, receiver coach wise, that maybe we can get in contact with? Or is it just all through Brian and the people he knows?
Yeah, I think that there's not concern at Ohio State, not concern from Ryan Day that the full-time coaches would be going with Brian Hartline. And I think the only spot where that could have realistically even happened was with the offensive coordinator spot, and if Billy Fessler was interested in becoming a play caller. The complicating factor there, and part of the reason that Ohio State wasn't worried. Now, there could be other, assistant to the assistants, strength coaches, other personnel in the building that Brian Hartline could take with him, who he could give them promotions to, but that wasn't something that he really had available to offer to someone like Billy Fessler, where, he could be the play caller, but last year, Jay-Z, you're looking at the salary pool. South Florida paid $450,000 or $475,000, somewhere in that neighborhood, for their offensive coordinator. Billy Fessler makes that already as the quarterback's coach at Ohio State. So when you're looking at those other position groups, I'm sure that Brian Hartline got more promises, more support from South Florida to take that job, or at least I would hope that he did. But it wasn't going to be dramatically different, and it wasn't going to be at the level of what Ohio State has to offer. So dropping down a competitive level and not making any more money is not generally that appealing to most of these coaches. And I think Ohio State has, done a really good job. This started with Gene Smith, and it has escalated in some ways with Ross Bjork to make sure that there is no brain drain in the Woody Hayes Athletic Center, that they are paying top of market to keep their coaches together. When we look at the way that you allocate resources, there is not some bottomless pit of money, as much money as Ohio State might bring in, that everyone wants them to get the best recruit, get the best transfer portal player. That's not going to happen every single year. And you see Oregon spend money, or Miami or Texas A&M or whoever else. The best thing that you can do is make it an appealing destination for these people making those decisions by having stability on the coaching staff. And that starts with Ryan Day. And we know that they've had to replace coordinators several times in his tenure here. But he's the stability. And then you look at making sure that you have year over year of James Laurinaitis, and that you're not replacing Keenan Bailey or Tim Walton or Matt Guerreri or Larry Johnson every single year. That part's important, and Ohio State's done a really good job of making it so other places can't afford to hire Ohio State coaches.
Austin, appreciate the time, buddy. Enjoy watching the games this weekend. We'll talk again soon. And hell, I'll be seeing a lot of you coming up here soon.
Get ready, Jay-Z. You can get some sleep next
I know.
week.
Amen, brother.
Thanks, man. We'll talk next week.
See ya.
That was Austin Moore there joining us. Yeah, you mentioned the coaching thing, and I wonder if Kerry Combs will try to get out of the Michigan job and head down there.
Oh, that's right, because he just went up there before everything kind of
couple
blew
days.
up.
Yeah, that happens. He gets hired as a special teams coach.
Yeah.
Special teams coordinator, I guess it would be.
Yeah, anyway, that'd be somebody that Brian was here when he was around. And
I wondered about that. If that's something that could happen, because new coach will be there eventually, new AD, all this and all the drama surrounding it. Would Combs maybe rather just
you would think so
head down there? That could be a smart move. Yeah. Hey, if we open up a fan satellite office down there, I'll move down there too if they want to do that. If Fish wants to do that. Coming next, we'll close things out. Tell you who's got juice. Morning juice.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Nobody likes to deal with pain, and sometimes that's the most predictable part of your day. Waking up from the knees, the hip, the back, shoulder, whatever it is, that chronic pain that is always there. Well, you don't have to deal with it anymore, because there's a breakthrough treatment that is at QC Kinetics that could help you sometimes within one day. It's called stem wave therapy. In Europe, they've been doing this for 20 years. Finally, now it's approved in the U.S., and there's a huge demand for the treatments because patients are getting relief and they're spreading the word. Here's the best detail. The device, it's diagnostic and therapeutic. That means it helps Dr. Ray Tesner and his team find the problem, trigger your body's own natural healing response. StemWave uses the same technology as lipotripsy, and the sound waves penetrate deep into your body, spark the blood flow, and help engage that cellular activity. Here's the best part for QC Kinetics. Your first StemWave treatment is only $49. That's right. It's affordable and it's easy. So give them a call at 380-208-4544.
I always tell people I was the luckiest guy in the world. I wanted to be an Army man or a fireman, and I got to do both. As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been answering the call to help people live longer and more independent lives.
MDA means to me hope.
MDA is leading the way for people living with ALS, muscular dystrophy, and other neuromuscular diseases by accelerating research, advancing care, and advocating to empower families like Ken's.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. MDA is helping people live stronger and love longer. Learn more at MDA.org today.
Your child is sick. With those 4 words, the innocence and joy of childhood disappears. But Starlight has taught us 4 other words that make all the difference. The power of play. Happy kids heal faster. That's why Starlight Children's Foundation delivers happiness through gaming, toy deliveries, and more to hospitals across the country. Learn more at starlight.org.
Bobby played for the Dallas Cowboys. Tito wears assless chaps.
I'm dead sexy.
You're locked into Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. That's one of the rare times the mics could have been on.
Yeah.
That was very
an enlightening
wholesome
conversation.
Talk. Yes.
It's amazing what the human brain can remember.
Dude, it's so stupid, isn't it, though?
That
like,
is
I can
stupid,
tell you
yes.
right now, we beat Michigan State 31-13 14 years ago.
Right.
I couldn't tell you what I did Saturday for dinner. Not a clue.
Exactly.
Couldn't remember if I tried.
Is it, and this is probably the wrong group in space to talk about this, but so all of our brains have got different factions of them, different things that, some more developed than others, some different, but like, yeah, how is it you can remember? I can remember that I thought it was Carol Finney. Carol Spinney is Big Bird, though.
I feel like that's pretty close. We'll forget.
With that one.
Okay.
You win.
Right. So, and you remember that, but you can't remember what you had for dinner. How in the hell does that happen?
I don't know.
Somebody probably told me once and I forgot.
On one hand, I would tell you, like, well, maybe the care factor's there.
Yes.
Like, I care a lot about Notre Dame football. Maybe that's why the score just,
And in our
sticks in my
lives
brain.
now, we have so much stuff going on. She's like, I ate dinner, whatever. I'm on to the next thing. And you just don't even think about what you did.
But, I don't know, maybe Big Bird had the sort of Notre Dame football impact that it's had on my life, on your life, Tito. I don't know how else you would remember
He is
that,
afraid of
but-
birds.
I'm afraid of birds, yes. I don't know whether, maybe Big Bird, maybe that's why, because I'm afraid it's, anyway.
Carol Spinney
if you ever
did
saw-
a number on you back in the day.
Was Carol a man or a woman?
Man.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a tough name to have in life, I feel like, for a man, with all due respect. But that's, so if you ever saw him, it's just on site.
On site, throwing down.
You're right, yeah.
There was a little disappointment in Tito's in his voice when he was like, oh, he died in 2019.
Yeah.
Like, I think he wanted to get
Put
some
that
of them.
suit on.
Yeah.
Go a couple
Where's that
rounds.
suit? I'm taking you out, bird.
I brought up, we were talking before on Anthony Joshua, and I mentioned Von Joshua was a major league outfielder back in I said White Sox in the 80s. It was really more Milwaukee in the late 70s when I collected baseball cards. But still, the fact that kind of crap still sticks in my mind.
It's amazing.
Really, it makes no sense. It's dumb. And the birds thing, yes. Look, when I see a bunch of birds around, like gathered, I feel like they're conspiring against me.
The end is near.
I feel like something's going on, and I can't. If you want to rattle me on the golf course, put a bunch of geese right by my ball.
Oh yeah,
that's
where geese get you.
Geese are different. Those suckers are they have hate in their heart.
They do. They hiss at you.
They want you dead more than they want to live. No, just your average bird. He's just kind of flying around up there.
I know, but but he's got a pointy beak, and if he has bad
So you're
intentions,
talking about the big birds.
Well, the
like,
big,
like
also
the hawks and the
even
vultures.
the others. Like if there's a few of them and they're gathered, and I wonder about that. And by the way, I'm just
what are they talking about?
Rothman might hate me when I say it. I don't know if Rothman. I know Rothman does love for the dogs and cats and whatnot. So maybe Rothman won't ding me for this one. But I'm telling you right now, if I ever feel the slightest bit of aggression coming toward, I will strike. I'll go Cobra Kai. I will strike first, strike hard. Even if the bird might be completely innocent, but if I sense it, I'm not going to take chances on being.
Don't come near me, bird.
It's fight or flight. I respect that.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Fight or flight.
That's a great way to put it. Let's tell people what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
All right, Jay-Z.
All right. Last night I finally got all of our Christmas lights because we got lights outside,
right?
3 trees inside, all on timers. And
Humble
it just
brag.
bugs the heck out of me when this one comes on.
Right.
15 minutes later, this one comes on. 5 minutes later, that one comes on. So, and then the outside lights were just not coming on. The timer wasn't working. So I got it all figured out. They all are coming on 4:45.
Bam.
So I'm pretty juiced about that because every day when they come on, he's just like, ugh, that one's on. Where's this one at?
Right.
And then, so it just bugs me and then when I'm there. So,
Right.
So I got that figured out. So I'm juiced about that.
That's a good thing to be juiced
last
about.
night I figured out the outside lights.
Do you got them on the dusk to dawn or just the straight time?
I go the the time.
Okay.
It has the clock, so it goes around.
All right.
So they're on from 4:45 to 11.
Drum roll, please.
But yeah, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Finally got that all figured out after about a week and a half.
Just straight Christmas lights?
Christmas lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Oh, yeah,
Have you guys
just-
seen those?
Well,
new-
we do the candy
show,
cane
yeah.
wrap around the columns out front.
Right.
But yeah,
Okay.
mostly just Christmas.
Have you guys seen those new? Well, I don't know if they're new. They're new to me. The first I've seen them was this winter. The Govee lights. Those suckers
No.
are pretty sharp. Like
Really?
you can change all colors.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, is it
Yeah.
like just a strand of Christmas lights, but you can do
Yeah,
different
it
things? with
looks like Christmas lights, but they kind of go up under the gutter rather
Okay.
than just like dangle and hang
Yeah.
there. They're pretty sharp. I would check them out. I'm not going to buy them for my apartment. That would be a little pointless, but
them. You gotta get in this, festive.
get out there with a
You gotta get
12-foot
festive
ladder.
in there.
Just get out
Say,
there.
when I had a condo back in the day, when I
You
was probably
actually
your
put those
age,
up? Well, I'm going to.
I had a Christmas tree with no ornaments on it. And I'd post my picture of my Christmas tree, and
Yeah.
I'd be like, "What are you doing? There's nothing on that tree." I'm like, "I'm a single man. You're lucky I have a Christmas tree in my condo." Like, you want me to put ornaments on it? That's the worst part about a
Barely
Christmas tree.
fit this thing in my living room.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear what our boy Mr. Anthony Schlegel's got to say.
I'm very intentional when I speak to people, especially whether it's about business or standard operating procedures or this type of process, because I've been in that situation. I'm just different.
I'm very intentional, but I'm just different.
Yes.
So I was in bed last night watching a TV show, just catching up on an episode. And once I finished it was probably about 9:30. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and head to bed here. Check my phone one last time, just make sure, the world wasn't ending, which nowadays.
You never know nowadays. Yeah.
But my world ended a little bit last night, Tito, when my boy, I knew he was going pro, so it wasn't necessarily breaking news, but honestly, probably the best Notre Dame football player I think I've ever watched in my entire life.
Really?
Whoa.
I mean, I think so. Like, I was thinking about it last night.
Whoa.
I was up for another, 20 minutes because I went on YouTube. I was like, well, let's
Just watching
watch
highlights?
these
I
highlights.
Clips.
Listen,
He's sitting there crying, little tears coming down
Yeah.
his
Then I
eyes, looking at his
started-
phone.
You're probably right, yeah.
putting together the Billy Madison list of the playoff committee members who robbed us of having to watch
Glad I
it.
called that guy.
One more. Yeah. Getting to watch one more, and in my opinion, what would have been two, because I think we would have won our first game of Jeremiah Love. Watching a healthy Jeremiah Love, too. He was banged up during last year's run. But, Tito, just breaks my heart. I really hope, I got to root for Zach Martin for 15 years.
Right.
After he went from Notre Dame to the Cowboys, and I'm really hoping Jeremiah Love can do that again. But, yeah, sayonara to one of the best
The
for
best.
sure, if not, in my opinion.
All right.
I'm on the younger side of things, so
Yeah,
I
fair.
didn't
Well,
get to
see,
see the glory days.
See, he
But
says that when he first said about the fact the best player.
listen, I wasn't alive for
I know.
Tim Brown
I'm
and
thinking
Rocket,
Tim Brown. I'm
Tito.
thinking
Yeah.
Rocket. Those are the first
Well, I'm
names that came
thinking,
to
you
mind.
think about all the history of.
Oh yeah, going back even further. Yes.
But you got to go back.
Yeah, you got to go way back on that one. Yes,
Yeah,
you do.
you gotta
And when
go
you
back. So
factor
fair.
in what he did in the postseason,
Yeah.
right?
Mm, no,
Like
he's-
Tom Brady wasn't the greatest for what he did in Halloween weekend,
Right.
what he did in February. And last year's run, even though he was banged up, the touchdown against Indiana and then the just lay it all on the line, bruise on the leg is a hell of a long way
Yeah.
from the heart run against Penn State. I still get chills thinking about it. So best of luck to our beloved Jeremiah Love as he heads pro. And Friday for me, Tito. It's
I know.
gonna be
It's
fun.
jeez.
Am I
Son of a
kidding?
gun.
By the way, people. Fun fact about Bodie. People. He mentioned he lives in an apartment. He lives by himself, but he also has bunk beds, which I think is weird. But
Well, it's more room for activity.
yeah, it's more
So
activity.
much
So that's
more
what it is. That's what it is. So let's see what's got me juiced.
Tito, you ever been down to the southern part of the Gulf on the Bonita run?
Is that big fish?
Are those big?
Those big fish. All right.
Yeah, they're called a trophy fish.
What's with this guy?
Kind of What's this guy's deal? I don't know, son.
I saw Will Ferrell was on another talk show years ago, and he brought the actual the prop that he put on the drum set.
Oh, yeah.
He had it with him, yeah. He showed it off there. It was,
Why are you so sweaty?
Yeah. Watching cops.
I can't do that. Look, I like Christmas lights. I don't hang Christmas lights. If they get hung, my wife hangs them. I know. You guys are shocked by this, but I don't. I didn't. My wife went out and got the real tree, picked it out, brought it home, set it up.
Dad, that thing wouldn't fit in our front yard. That's not going on our yard, Jeff. I just combined Russ and
That's
Jeff.
okay. You put it up yourself there, Heather? No, I'll put it in the living room. How'd that even work?
A little full, a lot of sap.
So, yeah, I admire it, but I don't ever, and I don't know. I wish I had that gene in me to where I wanted to do those things, but I don't.
That's why you got to get the Govee lights.
That's what it sounds
They
like.
go
just leave them up.
Yeah,
year
they
round,
go up all
right?
year. And then you can change colors too. You know, all of a sudden.
Yeah, you get Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving Day rolls around. You can do scarlet and gray.
Like, I love those houses that have the ones that are like, they have the music theme too. When they have
Now,
music
that is fantastic.
Yeah.
There is a house just up the street from my grandparents, and we go there every year on the Sunday before Christmas, and it is just like, just bravo. I just want to get out of my car and just clap.
Yeah,
because you
right.
guys are
Oh, they
killing
do
it,
it,
man.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I think I saw one did something with like a Boys in the Hood song.
Okay.
Like
that wouldn't be the first song I would think
No,
of.
I know, but I think that kind of stuff
That's pretty cool. Yeah. There's a place up in the
It doesn't matter. It
Dublin
still
area that
counts.
does that.
Yeah.
It amazes me, though, like the people that will put that much time into it.
Oh, I know.
my God.
Like Clark.
Yes, exactly. Just,
Up on the roof.
I was on last night. I watched a little bit of it before.
Oh, was it
bed.
on last
Oh,
night? Yeah. I think what I'd like to do, what I probably will do, is I will, with all the AI stuff, things you do now, this isn't AI, is probably just like paint, whatever. But you get to take a picture of my house and then just have some lights electronically, digitally appear on my house and then send it out as a Christmas card.
I don't know what it's called, but I know I've seen some in neighborhoods that you can like stick a stake in the ground.
Yeah, it's like
and
a
just like a
projector.
projector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
yeah.
puts
See,
like
that's-
lights on the
yes,
house.
that's easy.
Doesn't
That's
look
what-
as good for sure.
Doesn't, but you know what,
that's
though?
just-
But
You're sailing it in at that point in time.
I understand that, but still, at least I'd have something then.
Yeah.
Because I don't think my wife's put anything up yet this year outside. Just go show them to pay attention to my house. I don't think anything's on the outside yet, or there will be.
Computer just reset, so I don't know if we can go to break just for whatever that's worth.
Really break? It's just we're going to just turn off the
that's what
radio.
I'm saying.
Just turn everything
Yeah.
off.
Turn it off.
Now, we do have to end
Power.
relatively shortly. That way it doesn't screw up the replay show too much.
Right.
So we'll just end on time and
See what happens.
Yeah. If I could hit this button, it might go to break. It might not. If it doesn't, I'll just flip on that little satellite and you can hear whatever's on the HD3 after us.
That's what's
I don't know
fun.
what that is, but
Yes, that's the
Bobby's a
uncertainty
big
of it.
fan of him.
Yes, yes. Anyway, that's it for today's morning juice. That's also it for Bodie. Well, Thursday, Friday, you're back Monday or not? You're off
I'll be
Monday?
back Monday. Yep, Monday, Tuesday.
Really appreciate you making an appearance. We like that. Thank you so much. And in your spare time, when you're not hanging Christmas lights and doing activities in your bunk bedroom. Thank you, Jay-Z. Thank you, Bodie. Thank you to Austin Ward for joining us. Also, Bobby Carpenter for hopping on. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We will have Albert Breer on. And also, Your Highness.
Let's go.
That's all tomorrow. Morning Juice.
Put a new sound on an old song. This season at Lion's Den, the official store of pleasure, passion, and romance.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be a son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out. Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Your child's oral health milestones matter. By age 1, see a pediatric dentist to establish good oral health habits. At 7, see an orthodontist to check your child's bite, teeth, and jaws. Around 15, visit an oral and maxillofacial surgeon to have your child's wisdom teeth examined. Remember, milestones met, healthy teeth set. Visit milestonesmet.org.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination.
Grab your coffee and wake up with the Daily Tips, Michael. Praise. It just feels like a sucker back.
Can you dig it, a sucker?
And Chelsea Messenger.
I don't want to lose to somebody dumber than me.
Yes.
When you're in an office pool with somebody playing fantasy football and it's somebody who just puts it on autograph, like, I don't watch football, whatever. I don't want to lose to those people.
For the best wagertainment here on the BetMGM Network.
Hey, Dad, don't forget about me, the Dogster.
Sponsored by BetMGM. Make it legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly.